Factories once shook the bones of the land. Now whole revolutions fit in your hand. Machines learn language, code learn soul. Every move can rewrite in the road. Markets swing wide like the breath of a storm. Chaos and order creating the form. If you're here now, then you're part of the scene. Future just whispered, you know what I mean. Every age feels like the edge of the end, until the horizon bends again. Fear and wonder walk side by side. Get ready for the ride. Hold the line, feel the sky opening. This is the end of the beginning. Don't blink now, the world's spinning fast. Tomorrow just stepped out of the cab. Hold the line, feel the thunder arrive. I'm the chapter of being alive. Scary and bright like lightning grinning. This is the end of the beginning. AI in the lab, robots on the floor. Digital money knocking down the door. No middleman standing between the flow. Whole new network starting to blow. Some scroll past destiny, miss the sign. History screaming in real time. Me, I'm locked in hard, steady and clear. End of the beginning, the future is here.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. Yeah? Yes. Crypto, fear, and greed. We're here. I don't see anybody else, but it's all good. It's all good. What do we think if you're in the chat? Yeah? What do you think? Crypto fear. Do you think we're in single digits? Right? Are we back in to extreme fear? I think we are. Got wars, got all kinds of stuff with AI, and then crypto just kind of flopping around. We shall see. Yeah? Let me see if there's anybody before we go. Yep, happy Monday. Look, there you go, Jason. Let's see. Let me go there. Honolulu, got the song. It's all the same. Only the names will change. Every day, it seems we're wasting away. Another place where the faces are so cold. That's a good one, Honolulu. I do not know. Yes. Green eggs in hand. All good, man. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for joining us, Honolulu. Happy Monday, Jason, 5449. Good to have you, bro. Thanks for joining us. And yes, happy Monday. Like all the emojis. Yes. A great Monday, my crypto adventures. To you as well, a great Monday. Great week ahead. And it is, because like I said, we got some cool stuff just going through with all this AI stuff. It's so interesting and crazy at the same time. Yeah. But thank you, my crypto adventures. Happy Monday, Robin. Appreciate you, Robin. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you. And there you go, Jason. Got a 15. Oh, you're optimistic, brother. Thank you. But yes, that would be extreme fear. But I don't know. I think we're in single digits. I have not looked yet, Jason, but we shall see. I'll refresh when we go to it. But thanks, bro. Robin, not today. No guess. No guess at all, Robin. It's all good. No worries. Thank you. Glad to spend this marvelous Monday with the wise guys. Wise guy, Dan. I'm here. Lone wolf. Yeah? It's all good, Dan. Thank you. Appreciate you, brother. Hope your AI journey is going great too, man. Right? I know you're going down, checking out some of the stuff. But we're going to talk about a lot of cool stuff happening. And we're going to just talk about some real stuff too, because it's not there yet. I know we're going to get it's definitely close, but it's not there yet, right? Some guy, I'm going to show you the video. He speaks for me. He speaks for me what I think about it, right? Oh, no, not single digits today, Robin. Okay, 12-ish. I like it. Both optimistic, you and Jason, but we'll see. Let me refresh. Let's see. Let me go here. Refresh, because now, hey, we did a time jump. Yeah, everybody, we're an hour ahead. So welcome. Hopefully your time and your clocks are all good. But let's see. Scroll down. Oh, look at you. Good job, Robin. I was the big futter. I was the futter. Look, that's because I was seeing yesterday. Extreme fear 8. I don't know how it jumped, but it's almost there you go. Look at you and Jason. Good, good optimism. I like it. But good stuff. But we're gonna jump into it, right? We're gonna get into it. Good. Like I said, good day in crypto a little bit, right? A little bit of pumpage, but nothing outstanding. But for all that's going on in the world, right? I thought we'd be down just crazy in the dumps. Yeah, still war in Iran, Middle East, craziness. But yeah, the oil pumping little barrels right? I think it just got under $100 a barrel. Closer, it's around there. But I know gas is going up for places. But yeah, this is what we're dealing with over here. Yeah. But then, like I said, I like Elon. I like Elon, how he tweaks things out. Very interesting, Elon. This is it. This is giving people agentic AI be like. Yeah. And I don't need to play the audio. You'll clearly see it. You'll clearly see it, what he's talking about. And there you go. Happy Monster Monday, wise men. To you as well, Steve. Thank you for joining us, brother. Yeah. But this is what Elon thinks when you give people agentic capabilities. Yeah. And yeah, we're a bunch of, little monkeys hanging out in the nice springs, warm springs. And then here's the guy giving somebody agentic AI, some AK-47s. And the monkey just started blasting things, right? Just blasted. And sometimes it feels like that with OpenClaw. Yeah. But we'll get there. We'll get there. It's going to take a little bit, but it's okay. It's all good. No worries. And then this is good too, because he gives an analogy, right? He's not just making fun and mocking us, but this is a good analogy, right? Because he uses this a lot. He says, and he's like, this is what a room full of computers looked like back in the old days. Yeah. And there you go. Right. Everybody on their little, I don't know. What was that? Morse code? I don't know what they're doing back there, but that is true. That is true. Back then, people were doing all the little things, and they were the ones that are computing. Right. And then down here, like I said, there's a lot of comments and things like that. This is interesting as well. Because look, Elise says, yeah, because this is my analogy for what prompting looks like now. Yeah. So, if you're back and you're alive back in the day, you know that those are the operators connecting all the phone services so you can get your call. Yeah. And I think if I can find somebody, there's somebody down here showing you what it looked like, right? There's computer class in the 80s. That's true. I even remember it wasn't that bad. But there's one that's showing you, if you remember the Dewey Decimal System, and they were saying that that's Google, right? There you go. Prehistoric Googling. Yes? Prehistoric Googling would be the Dewey Decimal System. Yeah? And that's what you got there, right? It's crazy. But that is so true, right? So look, we know the future, and it's going to be a little wild, going to be a little uncomfortable, but it's okay. It's okay. What up, Monster Apex? Yo, my man. What's going on, bro? Thanks for joining us. And there's Honolulu. Want it dead or alive? So, oh, get out of here. I know that song, Honolulu. It's crazy because it's tough with the lyrics. I used to make up my own lyrics, Honolulu. So I don't know the lyrics. But I do that one. That's a good one. Bon Jovi. That's more, getting into the 80s and 90s, bro. But thank you, Honolulu. Good stuff. Good stuff. But I want to jump off. Like I said, I made a little presentation because we're going to get into it. This is the real deal, right? Because this agentic stuff, right, is going to get kind of wild, right? And the good thing is that we're all here for each other, right? We got a community, right? The problem isn't AI. The problem is being emotionally and economically unprepared for AI and what this is all going to bring, right? There you go, George. Good evening, George. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you. Thank you, brother. And there you go. But it is. That's kind of the main thing, right? Tonight is not about pretending everything will be fine. And it's not about panicking either. We're not going to panic. We're not panicking. Yeah? The world is changing drastically. Some jobs will go away. And I'm going to show you that. We got a lot of articles, got some stuff on Anthropic. They did a lot of good reports. And you're going to see what I'm talking about, right? Some industries will get rewritten, right? Money itself is becoming programmable. We were talking about Apex and George, GW Rich. We were talking about Spaces Friday, right? But I believe something important, right? The people who face this together will navigate it better than the people who hide from it and that go it alone, right? It's not going to be great to go out alone and you're out there just kind of winging it, right? And not able to bounce ideas and kind of go through this with people that you can trust and hang out with, right? And have good times with. You need that. So AI is making intelligence cheaper, faster, and more available. That will be absolutely, it will absolutely pressure the jobs market, right? Especially routine cognitive work. Yeah, all that office stuff. But it does not make humans worthless, right? It changes where our human value lives, right? Judgment, trust, taste, courage, relationships, leadership, all kinds of different things that we have, right? That this thing, like I said, well, at least for a little bit, we're going to be a little simpatico. I know Apex said it's like they're just going to leave us in the dust. It could be. That could be way into the future, but I do not know. Let me put up the banners. I'm going at it alone here, everybody, real quick. And then let me put some background music since it's just me. Let me go down here. Drop it down a little bit. We don't want to blast them. Chill. There we go. All right. But look, this is kind of what it's all about. Let me get to the next slide. But we do this a lot as humans, man. We kind of go by like our job is what we are, right? People always ask, hey, what do you do? Right? That's kind of the first thing when you're starting up a conversation. What do you do? And people identify themselves with their job. And I think obviously that's going to be the biggest problem, right? Biggest issue, because that is, right? We are not preparing for the future. We're already inside it here, everybody. We're like living it. It's like literally happening around us. And this is kind of what you need to, start doing is what is this? What you define yourself as? And look, you can see some of us, like I kind of identify this because I do this almost every day or every other day now, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And just in general, I do it a lot, right? Looking, what can I do? What can I build? What can I work on? How can I make, my open claw work better? Because he's still crazy. But I'm going to show you a video that other people are having that same issue, right? So are you a researcher? Are you a connector, right? Sales? Are you a closer? Yeah. Operator? Builder? Think a little bit of this, right? And also storyteller. I kind of identify with this a little bit. Not an organizer, but this is what you need to look at for what you are, right? What can you do? And what are you compatible with where you can kind of get this going with AI, right? Because this is where you're going to be, this orchestrator. And you're going to start hearing, I'm going to say that a lot because that is what you're really going to start doing is orchestrating what these things are going to be, doing for you or, right, like how you're going to navigate with them. Right? I do not know, right? We're going through this, like I said, but stop defining yourself by a job title, right? Because that is going to change. I don't know how quick, but it isn't. And there you go. This is what I said, right? Orchestration, right? That is what you will be doing. AI agents don't just answer questions. They take actions, they make decisions, and they execute multiple tasks autonomously. Sometimes not great. And that's where I'm going to get is more when you chain these kind of tasks together. This is where the AI is still kind of falling down, right? If it's a simple task, it could do that pretty well. But when you start chaining tasks together, this is where I'm finding some fault, right? But again, every day, every week, you're seeing different models spin up like OpenAI, Grok, and all. They just launched new models, right? So this thing is continuing to improve almost daily, right? So again, this race isn't about two types, who's types faster, outputs. The human advantage is judgment, context, and taste, right? Be the human who knows what to ask. That's what I'm saying when we're talking about dealing and working with this AI, right? This is why you got to start doing it now, right? It doesn't matter what you're into, but at least you're going to start understanding what you need to do with it, right? What to ask, what to check, what to combine, and what to ship, right? That's what I mean with this orchestration. That's what everybody's, right? It's what you're trying to, work on. Yeah. And there's other ones, obviously, to do much more advanced things. But I think at least this one is something that we all could, absolutely do is, right, orchestrate it. And then again, build distribution now. Yes, right? This is if middle layers get automated, direct audience ownership becomes the most valuable asset, right? That's why I'm so glad, that we are all hanging out doing this thing, right, together. Like I said, as this continues to improve, we can build and do all this in, together in front of each other, right? And everybody can offer, their opinions, and we could build better things, right? If you are into this stuff, email us, right? I know that's ancient, right? People say it's over, but at least you have some way to communicate with an audience. You will need a community, yeah? Your Twitter audience, Some of, we all have our own, Twitter accounts. So work on that. Work on what your area is, right? And then we talked about Telegram communities. I got the wise guys, and then YouTube channels, right? There you go. More wise guys. Okay. So this is something that everybody, you don't have to do all four. It's awesome that I got this, right? Working on it. Nothing, massive yet, but it's all good, right? You got to work at it. And we're going to be, like I said, out there building in public. Yeah. And then own leverage, not only labor. Yeah. Labor trades time for money. Leverage multiplies efforts. Yeah. The goal is to build things that work for you, assets, systems, and audiences that generate value beyond your hours. Yes. Yes. I mean, brand, that's always, we see this stuff with IP all the time. We're dealing with NFTs. Yeah. NFTs were all, a good portion of them, talking about the IP, own the IP. It's all about that brand. Yeah. Community, network effects that grow themselves, right? As the community succeeds, does all this thing and learns all this knowledge, right? It will just grow, right? It will grow. Workflow, right? Systems that scale with extra hours. Agent setup, AI doing the repeatable work for you. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah. And I'm more kind of, like I said, focusing on more of, I think, the trading, right? And what this can do with automated, with wallets. Yeah. Because I think that's kind of the easiest low-hanging fruit, at least for myself. Media channel, distribution you own outright. Yes. And a niche network, deep relationship in specific domains. And we started crypto. We're still in crypto. And then also AI, because these things will merge. Yeah. They're going to merge. And that's good. It's a good thing. Just understanding the new rails. What does this look like? Yeah. What does it all look like? And, AI agents, autonomous executions. Yeah. Payments, instant. And I got, like I said, several stories talking about with Visa, the Federal Reserve. This is happening, right? That is happening. No matter whether they pass this bill, law, whatever, it is already being set up. And that means that they know. Somebody knows. They wouldn't do that just randomly, okay? Stable coins, programmable, stable value. And then the global internet, right? Commerce, native online businesses. You're going to see that. That's going to be massive, right? Most everybody, if you have a website, even that, like Apex says with some of that stuff, maybe not even have websites later, but it will be this internet that comes to life. Yeah. And then there you go. I got this twice. Okay, nice. Programmable money, smart contracts and logic. There you go. Ethereum, smart contracts and logic, right? It's going to run on the chain, right? Maybe not all of it, but I think a good portion, right, will be run on chain, whether private or transparent. And like I said, I got a story on that too. But this is just kind of setting it all up, right? But this is all about what, like I said here, stay in community, right? Disruption is disorienting. It will, right? Isolation makes it dangerous because you'll do crazy. Look, if I was out here alone and just doing my open clothing, I could have got just hammered, right? But I had people that I could bounce ideas off. They could help give me some kind of code instructions and things like that. That's very, very helpful. Okay, that's why we do need this community that we are in, right? Community is not as nice to have. It is a strategic advantage. People in community compare notes, share tools, Yeah, I just said that. And isolate, you will spiral. You'll miss signals and you'll fall behind because we all can't research at once, right? If we're all doing it, I hear all kinds of different things. Crypto Dan, Comfy, all kinds of people, right? Apex sends a lot of awesome stuff that I go over almost every time we do a show, right? So there's all kinds of people that, give, for the community. And that's what it's about. Yeah. And then, like I said, too, this is cool with stuff like this. Share tools, find opportunity, and you adapt fast, right? We've done that throughout, right? Have people out there messing around with the NFTs, doing stuff with DeFi, because you can't do it all alone, right? And that's, like I said, that's why I'm down deep in the AI rabbit hole. That's and it's interesting. I love that stuff. So just your checklist, what you should be doing, reframe your identity. You should figure it out. List your capabilities, not your title. Forget your job, right? List what you skills that you had way back in the day, right? From leaving high school to now. Those are all skills that you have. Okay. And a lot of them, you could probably automate some of that stuff. Yeah. Practice directing AI, architect, right? Architect, orchestration, right? Orchestration. You got to be able to prompt, review, refine, ship, repeat it daily. Okay. Start one distribution channel, email list or audience, own it, grow it, and just keep working on it. Yeah. Build one leverage asset. Again, I think, we could do a couple of these. Yeah. Says one, but I would go with crypto, brand, and community. We're going to keep building all of it. Yeah. Learn the new infrastructure. Spend 30 minutes a week on AI agents. I would try a little harder. I don't know why it gave me this, but now I would try a little harder. You can consume a lot of stuff now, right? It's pretty even amazing where you can upload books and PDFs into some of these, things like a Claude. It'll give you, a good base about what it was all about. And then invest in community. Find your people, show up consistently. And we're going to do that always. Yeah. But that's just, like I said, to kick it off, because look, everything that I just kind of went over, it's all going to be backed up by, like I said, this was just March 5th. Anthropic just pushed this out. And, we got calls. Look at that. Meetings. It's all right. We're on Spaces. But this is Anthropic. Just pushed this out, right? It's just telling you everything that's going on with this labor market, right? This is the data shows a slow burn, right? It's not this cliff where all of a sudden everybody lost their jobs. It's not. But I'm jumping ahead of myself, but I'm gonna show you the biggest thing that's really happening is it's not about people just kind of, like I said, it's been around, right? Maybe they're close to retirement, right? Maybe they're in their 40s, 50s, 60s, somewhere there. They're probably fine, right? They may lose their jobs, but it's more about the new hires, right? These young people that went to college, now have some debt, right? They're not being hired. Okay. That's kind of the issue. And in specific areas. And we're going to go over that. It's in some of these, this sites we're going to go over. Yeah. So this is kind of the big deal, right? Anthropic found no systemic increase in unemployment for highly exposed workers since 2022, right? They didn't. And what they did find is evidence that hiring of younger workers has slowed, for all companies, like at least, like I said, the higher technical type stuff, right? Office stuff. Yeah. But that's not good. That's what I mean. That's another thing for these young kids coming up. That opportunity is not the same, right? I don't care what anybody wants to say, right? It's not about them being lazy. It's just that it's not the same, right? The twist here, and this is, like I said, the crazy part, is the highest earners are the most exposed, right? Workers in the most exposed professions are more likely to be older and female. That's crazy, right? And more educated, right? So that's wild. That is really the group that is, kind of somewhat at risk. Yeah. People with graduate degrees are nearly 4 times as common in the most exposed group. And let me get down so you can see. That's not it. Let me go down here. But this is it here. This is a pretty cool chart, right? This is, like I said, all of these type of jobs, right? They're the most exposed, right? So you're talking about management way out here. Like, and look, and let me show you this other red, right? This is actually what's observed. The blue is theoretical, right? What these AIs are thinking that they're going to take over, right? So you're talking about business and finance, right? Computer and math, architecture and engineering, life, social sciences, actually social services, a little drop off, but still, legal, which is wild, man. Education and library, right? And then we all know arts and media. I mean, my goodness, what the videos can do and how we talk about with Hollywood, it is insane. It is insane what these things are doing. Yeah. Well, I don't have to worry about being one of the younger. There you go, Crypto Buffy B. That's true. You should be good. You're clear. Yes. Like and subscribe. Thank you, bro. Yes. Smash the like button while you're listening. Yeah. Just right onto the video. It's a little thumbs up. Yeah. And share it out. And subscribe if you haven't. Right. Put the notification bells and we're good to go. Yeah. But like I said, look, and then look over here. you got a little bit of office and admin, and of course sales, right? Like I said, these AI chat bots, they're good, man. Sometimes you can't even tell what you're talking to, okay? And just for, it doesn't mean like full on sales where you're actually closing. I mean, you're just going to get much better leads when you have this thing, right? Just warming them up, explain, answering all the questions that usually you get, all that kind of, kickback when you're in sales, right? Where they, I can't do this. And it can clear a lot of that up. And then by the time they reach the human, right, it's a, nice, easy sale, right? It's in back, right? But other ones like, look, agriculture down there, right? You got a little bit of construction lower, installation and repair, production. And I'm surprised transportation is way down here like this. Yeah. I'm shocked. But look, the biggest one is that's not affected at all, grounds maintenance. So, hey, we can all be landscapers. There you go. That's it. Not bad. We can mow the lawn. That's great. Thank you, AI. Thank you. Good times. But look, like I said, I thought that was a good graph. It's kind of, like I said, it's kind of wild what all this looks like. And look, that's what I'm saying, right? That's why we're ahead of the curve here. These things, right? Every time you see this kind of stuff, this is the kind of stuff that you can build and put out there, right? As some kind of business, right? I don't know. We might have like a good 2 years left, at least to fill some bags, right? Where you can do some of this stuff and, put some of these out there. Yeah. And like I said, too, you're talking about it where, all of this is happening with these stable coins and Visa is already preparing for it. We were just saying that. But this is a pretty important policy document here, right? On stable coins. Nobody's really talking about it. And you see a little bit, banter a little bit back and forth. But this, like I said, this is the payments processing rails, and it's kind of getting real, right? Look, I was one of the ones that would say, I'm not going to mess with that. And it's the same kind of concept and mindset I used to say about putting my credit card on the internet, right? I'm probably pretty much going to do it. I'm probably actually going to do it pretty soon, actually, because I'm starting to figure out, some decent ways where they can have access to a wallet and just let him do his thing. Because I think we have some good ideas over here. Yeah. But, so every 100 billion in stablecoin deposits could shrink bank loans up to $126 billion. That's what I'm saying. People are not also thinking about what are the ramifications, right? The good thing is, like we see with when you hold in Bitcoin and Ethereum and things like that, we're already in crypto. We know that we can get loans, right? We can use that as like I said, this collateral. They see that we own it. It's in our wallets. We've seen people even in our group, right? You can get a loan when you have these things. So yes, right, this is true, but there's already a way, and that people are working on that you can get loans, but that's a big deal, right? That's why banks are fighting this big time. So it's it's kind of crazy, but the fight for identity enters the AI era, right? All this excitement for AI commerce. There is a downside. Let me make this bigger. Criminals can deploy the same innovations for their nefarious goals, right? That's what I'm saying. That is going to get crazy, yeah? And that's what I'm saying. That's why you see this kind of things, problem, action, solution. That's obviously how you're going to see where these, this sovereign ID or whatever, we're all going to have to probably be on, yeah? But that's what this looks like, right? Banks are fighting back though, right? Because that's what this whole holdup in this law that they're trying to pass is all about, right? Because they do not want to lose that, right? Otherwise, I don't know what banks are going to do, right? There is no good solution. I know they don't want to just be a vault, right? That's not going to do anything for them. I'm looking for, where is it? Yeah. So predicting the future requires the right lens. Yeah. At Visa, our lens is market archetype, our country groupings that the share or similar model for growth. We categorize groups similar payment market based on stage of development, infrastructure, consumer behavior, innovation, and regulations. Right. But like I said, they are literally spinning this up. Visa's already ready, and they're gonna roll this out. And they don't need to use, right? Some say cash is king, but it's starting to share the throne, man. This is just gonna force banks, into a situation that they're gonna have to make some changes, and they're gonna have to compete, right? But that's like I said, you're just seeing it. Every one of these, they're doing this, right? And you're gonna see, like I said, this goes where, like, I'm not saying this next company is something you should get involved with, but it goes right along. That's why I jumped into it, right? This thing is called AirWallex. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's fairly new. I just followed them today, right? But they have this wallet that is fully, integrates with, AI, and it operates in 200,000 plus customer trust, wallets, right? Banking. But it is, the transfers are pretty much in seconds and not like Swift in 3 to 5 days. That's, I know there's other ones doing it, right? But this is just kind of, like I said, this is new. And plus it's pretty big, right? It's pretty like, I'm trying to look at the currencies. They have a whole bunch that they do. But let me let this play, and then I'm going to mute myself because it is interesting. Let me bring this down. And I will mute myself. Let me make sure I don't have the other one on anyway.
This is what $1.3 billion looks like in $1 bills. That's how much AirWallex customers saved in 2025. But an even cooler statistic is that AirWallex helped move over $265 billion per year for global businesses. That's more than the GDP of New Zealand. Let me show you why Deal, Arsenal, Bolt, Turing AI, and ZipHQ trust AirWallex with their global finance. Say you're a globally distributed business like Deal, and you're already receiving funds in USD to your AirWallex account. In a few seconds, you can open a UK global account in pounds with local bank details. You can do this for over 20 currencies and collect funds like a local across more than 70 countries. Done. Global account is active. You now have a real IBAN, bank code, and account number for each country. Say your enterprise client in the UK owes you £100,000. Normally, they would do an international wire transfer using Swift, which would take 3 to 5 days to hit your US bank. But if you use AirWallex, they can send money to your UK global account like they would pay any local vendor. You receive the £100,000 like for like in your UK global account in seconds. Say you are collecting 100,000 AUD from 1,000 customers in Australia. Other payment providers would force you to settle those funds into USD and charge a 2% FX conversion fee. That's $2,000 in lost fees. With AirWallex, you can accept payments using over 160 local payment methods like Alipay, Klarna, PayNow, and PayPal. Those funds will settle like for like to avoid costly FX conversion fees. With AirWallex, you can also instantly issue multi-currency cards to your team and have them delivered directly to their doorsteps across dozens of countries. With AirWallex Spend, our expense management software automatically connects to your accounting system to reconcile all transactions, making it easy for you to manage your spend. We replace everything with one product. If you're a SaaS platform or marketplace, you can use our platform APIs to offer the same financial services to your customers. If your business generates over $50 million in revenue, you could save up to $500,000 in fees. That's money back into your business. Book a demo today.
So yeah, that is pretty cool. And like I said, I jumped over to their website, and it is, you have to have a business. I think it was, what did he say, 50 million or 100 million, right? So that's good, right? That's all right. But yes, they are, a global payments and financial platform for growing businesses, and 200,000 companies around the world are using it, right? So that's pretty cool. And like I said, if I saw what he's talking about. Everybody can get it like a credit card all over the world, and it comes, right, when you pay them, it comes into that currency. Yeah. So that's pretty cool as well. And yeah, you're just going to start seeing this in everything, right? And then I can easily see that these agents, right, are just going to have access to these things, and they will just be crushing it, man, right? Because that's the other cool thing. That's what I don't think, again, everybody's really understanding, is that this stuff is just going to get it's going to get exponentially just crazy, because that, like I said, the agents are the ones that are going to be using a lot of this technology, quite a bit, right? So, this is, like I said, this is the Federal Reserve, right? This is actually their website, federalreserve.gov. They are all about it, right? Effects on bank deposits, everything, stable coins, all of this, right? And they are well aware. And the main thing I brought up with this is interesting because they talk about stable coins. A lot of people, are wondering, well, what are they backed with, stable coins? Yeah. Tether is like a mix of quite a bit of things, right? For USDT, right, which is the biggest. This is the biggest stable coin in crypto, right? U.S. Treasuries, 64% is what backs them. That's obviously why Trump and our government would like to get this kind of stuff passed, right? Because there's not many people buying our treasuries. Yeah. Secured loans, repurchase agreements, and other. I don't know. That's a pretty big other, and I don't know what other is. And money market funds, 3.6%, and then just 1.8% bank deposits, right? So at least you see some other things. It's not, like fractional reserve banking, like what we have now today, right? These are different. This is different. And then you got Circle, second one. Second one is second largest stable coin in crypto, USDC, right? A big chunk, repurchase agreements, U.S. Treasuries, 33%, and then a small other, and again, 4.24%, 14.2% is bank deposits, a little more, a good bit more. And then what I like, Gemini, I did not know, GUSD, right? And it's smaller, but 100% bank deposits. So 1-to-1, right, of bank deposits. So like I said, at least you can see the different types of stable coins, right? These are major ones in the crypto industry. And that's what I'm saying. You're going to start now, once they pass this stuff, and I'm sure these treasuries, they're going to get bigger. I'm sure, probably, I don't know for sure, but I would say Gemini would get into that stuff too. I don't know. But this is, I think, the big deal with these U.S. treasuries, right? They're going to just want to back that with that stuff, right? So, like I said, that's kind of why I wanted to touch on that, because that is a big deal. Again, this is the federalreserve.gov website. They are preparing for it, and they're preparing for it for a reason, right? And like I said, I got another story about Kraken. Kraken just got access, right, to be operating with the Fed and direct banking with them, right? So that's a big deal, yeah. And then, like I said, this is Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase. Very soon, there are going to be more AI agents than humans making transactions. They can't open a bank account, but they can open a crypto wallet. And he said, think about it. Yeah, I mean, those things, they're gonna be out there doing their thing, right? And this is, like I said, I like to see the comments, right? This is the real paradigm shift. Most people still underestimate. AI agents don't feel fear, right? They won't have FOMO. They don't panic sell. They operate 24/7. Every one of these are a problem with most people, right? And we won't have that. They won't have that, right? Once millions of agents begin transacting natively on chain, crypto stops being just a human market. It becomes machine native infrastructure. That changes liquidity forever. Yeah. And that's, like I said, that's what I'm saying. You're starting to see really big utility for crypto, right? That's crazy. That's crazy. And that's kind of, like I said, you can see there you go. It is mic drop, bro. It's what's happening, everybody. And that's why, like I said, well, we're here. We're going here every day. And community is important. It is. Oh, what I got down here? Hold on. What's this story? Yes, there it is. Managing financial AI agents is the only skill you'll need to survive AI layoffs. Yeah. Look, like I said, I'm not sure. I know some of y'all don't want to be like, hey, man, I'm not giving it a wallet. I was just like that just a few weeks ago, but I'm getting a little more comfortable, right? A little more, not fully trusted. I'm not going to throw my whole wallet, right? Yes. Value escapes human framing. Yes, great one. I like it. That's good stuff, bro. But yeah, I mean, this is, like I said, if you don't want to learn anything else, you might want to learn this. right? Because again, you know, you might have some awesome strategies, or you can go through and figure out charts or whatever, and you train an AI that will not have the problems we were just talking about here, right? It's not going to freak out because something happened, right? You want to be able to start, you know, getting in here and doing this stuff, right? This is like I said, AI is infiltrating every layer of society, finance included, right? It's not going to stop, right? The pace of change at the intersection of AI and finance is daily, not weekly. It really is. Right? Goldman Sachs has warned of AI-fueled layoffs, right? And I showed you the chart. Financial services is one of the big ones, right? And again, that's mind-blowing, because that is, I mean, people make a lot of money, right? And they go to school and they get degrees for this kind of stuff. And now, right, AI can handle it easily. But there's a simpler way to think about surviving and thriving in the AI era. Instead of trying to outlearn every new AI, and this is like a thing, you know, I gotta, you know, tone back, right? Trying to outlearn every new AI tool. Focus on mastering the AI skills that will build a financial buffer or even a nest egg. Yes, there you go. Right, that's all you got to do. Yeah, and like I said, at least you're here and you're aware and understanding. Right, this is what you got to do. And like I said, a lot of people have different understanding and skill levels. Yeah, that new skill is agent selection. With the right team of agents doing the heavy lifting with your investments, operating with clear constraints and aligned to defined goals, anyone could be future-proofing their finances. And that's what you need to do, right? This is if you do this, then all of the other stuff doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, you can do, again, more what you're passionate about, and then building around that with AI and being creative, right? Without worrying about you're going to lose your house, right? Or you got the electric on. Yeah. But this is to balance everything out, right? And this is me just being honest with you, because like I said, I've been doing open claw, but my guy, I couldn't have said it better. I'm gonna let you listen to it. And to me, this is real. Like I said, what it's good at is very simple tasks, right? But when you start chaining those tasks together, it breaks down, right? And it hallucinates and it does weird things, right? And I would never even be comfortable to selling that to a company or a business or anybody, right? So that's what I'm saying. That's why I just took a pause and took a little break, at least from OpenClaw. I mean, I'm still messing with it, but this guy explains it perfectly for me. And look, it's not saying, and he'll tell you, it's not saying it's not happening, everybody. It's just not there yet, right? And that's why he's got people are lying to you. These agents don't work as promised. And it's not like he said, it's not like he's saying the whole thing's broken. It's just not there yet. So let me mute and take a listen to him.
The thing that I keep realizing is how much time I'm spending right now making sure that the agents that I have running or the agents that I'm building are actually doing what they're supposed to do. And don't get me wrong, this is incredibly fun. And I believe that the future is going to be agentic, and we're going to be running all of these agents at scale, and they're going to be doing stuff for us. I believe in all of that. But I also see how brittle these agents are today. And it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're not seeing how unreliable they are, you're probably not using them enough. This is not about writing a better prompt. This is not about guardrails. Sure, all of those things are going to make these agents perform better, but they're still unreliable. Like every week I use clock code most of the time. I have many skills and things that I've created for me, and things that work for 3 weeks in a row, all of a sudden break. And the agent decides to go down a path that it's never taken before, and it just breaks. And here I am spending my time patching that agent. And that wouldn't be such a big deal if it weren't because of the lack of trust that it creates. So I find myself asking agents to do things and then me babysitting them. Instead of just going and playing ball with my kids, instead of doing something else, I can't. I have to wait for the agent to finish because I have to review what the agent does anyway, because I do not trust it's going to work. And that is a big problem. My time has gone from doing things that I thought were very productive to reviewing and babysitting something that's supposed to work, but it doesn't. That's just my frustration right now. I don't know if there is a solution other than we need to wait for these models to get better and for the tooling around these models to improve. But right now, that's the status. So anyone who's telling you they're running 1,000 agents making a gazillion dollars every day, they're probably lying to you. They're probably just saying that because what they want is clicks, attention, that's it. But they're not reliable. That's just the reality of it.
What's up, Bappy?
Did the time change, Ray?
The time change, Ben. Yes. Yeah, look at that. There you go.
What the hell is going on here?
Yeah, that did that
15 minutes early.
Yeah, no. You're Bappy. That's right. It's Arizona. You don't change. You're the normal people. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Ray.
It's all good, man.
You're sitting here hanging out all by yourself.
Oh yeah. No, we went through it. We had some good stuff because, like I said, this AI stuff, amazing. Like before this, all positive. Like I said, AI is going to be amazing, right? But this guy, like he said it perfectly for me because I've been banging my head over here with this thing.
Yeah. Well, I literally was at one of my customers today, who's a big crypto guy, and we were on the subject of AI, and I talked to another lady where we're talking about AI, and we were talking about guardrails, and I was like talking about I felt like I actually knew what I was saying today, right?
Yeah, that's the point, right? But that's also the point what I've been telling everybody here listening. I mean, if you don't have a community and a group that you're hanging out with now, you're already, that's bad, right? You need to find people and that you can bounce off because we talk, I talk with other people, and I tell them everything that's kind of going on with this. And that right there, this guy explained it, right? You can give it simple 1-2 tasks, 1-2, right? But when you start chaining on complicated type things, it's going to fail. Right.
When you daisy chain stuff together. Yeah.
But like I said, even too, like the one I do like, and I do want to really, really like hone in on is the trading, right? Because that, even though you would think that's complicated, it's just one, right? 1 or 2 steps. Yeah. It looks at the strategy that you kind of are wanting to do, and then it goes and executes it, right? Right.
Yeah. That's easy guardrails. That's not hard.
No. And there's a lot of tools already out there. There's wallets that they can use. Yeah. So like I said, I'm going to kind of refocus and get on that. I'm also going back more onto Claude, right? The Claude Code, Claude Cowork. Those are great. And look, OpenClaw is great. It's just, like I said, like this guy says, it's just not, it ain't there. And I couldn't sell that to people, right? I'm not going to go selling that to people.
No, yeah, I understand that completely.
Yeah. But like, look, everybody, it's crazy because it's the same thing. I can't believe. I can. You had a lot of those people in crypto that rotated into this, and then started doing the same hype cycle, and that's ridiculous, right? So just again, it's good, right? There's nothing wrong, but it is a little wonky still, but we're getting there, right?
I'm looking at Lou's song. Is that Bon Jovi?
Yeah, he did. He's Bon Jovi. Yes, you knew that, huh?
I know that one.
Yeah,
that's a good song. That's a burner song right there.
But then even this, like AI agent attempts unauthorized crypto mining during training, right?
How does it just? I don't understand how it can go so
because it diverted its GPU, right? But look, that's good because it was like, hey, I like crypto, bro. It's like
let me learn about this crypto thing.
Yeah,
let's start trading this. What the hell?
This sounds pretty good. Why don't I use my GPU power to go get me some crypto? I like that. That is not. But again, it's not doing what it's supposed to do, right?
Damn.
So
that could be seriously dangerous.
yes, it could be. It could be. But again, this is all I'm talking about, right? Is this kind of stuff. But it's still, I'm amazed. Like I said, it's just the coolest thing to be able to start building this kind of stuff out. And look, I mean, even back, I'm going to go back a little bit just to show you. This is the chart that Anthropic just put out of these are the ones that are in jeopardy, right? Management, business, computer math, architecture and engineer, life, social sciences, legal, arts and media, and office admin and some sales. Yeah.
Yeah. What, Ray? Can you, when we're done, can you send me the link to this one?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
this is part of a conversation I was having with someone today. I'd love to be able to share that with them.
Sure. Now the blue is theory, and the red is real world, right? They're observing this. Yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, all this, and you know, it's funny. Like I was telling everybody, look, at least we can go do lawn maintenance, right? Ground services.
They can't cut grass.
You can't cut grass, man. So there you go. We'll be able to do some of that. Yeah. And then look, I just told you stories just last week about Kraken, right? How they got the financial rails to the Fed account. They can do some of this. And now NASDAQ and Kraken are teaming up to let you trade tokenized stocks, right?
Wow.
That's massive, everybody. And yeah,
Huge.
it doesn't get any bigger than that kind of stuff. I'm really starting to look, and Kraken. Kraken's doing its thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Was our fear and greed up again today?
It was single digits yesterday, and now it's like around 12 or 13. Yeah.
Okay. I would think that's kind of, this is good news to maybe give some people a little bit of, faith or,
Yeah.
long-term upward trajectory.
Well, it is. I mean, if people don't realize, I mean, you can, anybody has kind of been our group. They're definitely, I think they get it. But look, I mean, all you see, I was showing them too, even like this. Happy. I mean, I went through the things. This is Anthropic. This is Visa, right? They just did some payment things, massive, right? You got. This is where's the Fed. The Fed, they're putting out report. I mean, there's no way that this is not happening. Is all I'm saying.
No, it's definitely moving much more to. I even read a couple things this weekend that it's before I wasn't positive that it was truly in front of them. They had so many other things they were trying to address, but by what I read this weekend, I really believe it's truly in front of them. Like it is like top of mind. It's not just we got to figure this crypto thing out.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Like I said, this is the NASDAQ, the exchange that lists Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, and thousands of other companies just partnered with Kraken to build the infrastructure for trading tokenized stocks on the blockchain, right? That's 24/7, 7 days a week. Okay. Yeah. I mean, they did it for a purpose. There's a reason. They're not just checking it out, right? That's literally happening. So this is the New York Stock Exchange blockchain moment, right? It is bigger than people would maybe realize. I don't know, but Kraken will distribute one-to-one tokenized versions of public company stocks to customers in Europe and other international markets, with NASDAQ saying token holders would retain the same governance rights as traditional shareholders, including voting and dividends, right? So again, that's all being prepared, right? That's pretty cool stuff. Yeah. So this isn't just synthetic exposure or derivative product. These are actual shares, legally equivalent, right? Existing on a blockchain, right? So that's supposed to launch in it's 2027, late 20. So yeah, I mean it's a little ways, but they're actively working. There it is, right?
Yeah,
platform is expected to work and start launching in 2027, right? So I mean,
it's only a year, right?
Yeah, that's I know.
Like, there's a lot of stuff that has to happen for that to be able to go. You don't just turn the switch on tomorrow and let's do this.
Right. Yeah. You can't do that. Right. Yep. But I mean, like I said, that's a big thing. And then, like I said, I'm always big on this with RWAs. Banks will run RWAs on 2 blockchain rails, right? Says Redstone co-founder. And before I'm like, yes, Bappy, which 2 do you think it is? And you're not going to get the one, but you'll probably get the other. Anybody in the chat too, you could guess. There's 2 blockchains that they say the RWAs are going to run on. Yeah.
I mean, Ethereum.
Yep, that's the one, and you're not going to know the other, but that's fine. But Ethereum is one.
I would have said Solana, but I mean, the one that's been coming up so much is XRP. So I didn't know. Obviously I don't know, but
yeah, it's all right. But it's on probably in our audience doesn't know, right? But the other one is called the Canton Network, right? And that is what it's called. It's top 20. I think it's the 20.
And you knew about this one?
Yeah.
The Canton Network.
Yep. Oh, there you go. There you go, Jason. ETH or XRP. You got ETH, bro. But the Canton network is the other one, right?
And what's on that, Ray? That you know.
I'm gonna go through that. Absolutely. The main thing is its privacy, Pappy, right? Ethereum will be fully transparent, and the Canton network is private. Okay. And that's the biggest deal, right? And you obviously would understand that with financial people, right? They don't want people that with their hundreds of billions of dollars, everybody knowing what's going on, right?
Yeah.
That's a big deal. So Ethereum, while permission systems like Canton are better suited for institutional processes that require confidentiality, noting that Canton claims it processed $6 trillion worth of RWAs in 2025. Did you know that?
I didn't know that, obviously.
Yeah, $6 trillion in RWAs processed.
That's amazing.
Right, and again, I'm telling you because it's private. Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy, everybody. That's all I'm saying.
So Ray, like whatever's trading there, like in the stock market, right? You could go and look at the ticker, and you can see the trades that are happening. You just don't know where the trades came from.
Right.
Because it's private, does that mean you wouldn't see any trades that were made on that? Meaning, I don't need to know who made the trade, but like, if something traded on there and it was a large number of shares, I wouldn't see
I
any of it.
I wouldn't say it. I don't know if I wouldn't say it's stocks. It's just real world assets. Maybe, and I'm not saying that this is what it is, right? It could be a house. It could be
it could be anything. I mean,
it could be anything.
It could be anything, really.
It could be a $50 million watch. It could be I'm just saying, right? I don't know. And I'm not saying anything that's what it is, right? I'm just saying this is it, right? And they're the 20th ranked, whatever, on there. And yeah, tokenized treasuries, right? Think evolution, not revolution. They've used digital settlement platform, blockchain put. But go there, right? Canton.
I'll check it out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna write it down.
Yes, right. But that's what I'm saying. Privacy fit for regulated institutions, right? Canton is the first privacy-enabled open blockchain network, ensuring limitless connections that preserve privacy. Enabled by unique smart contract technology, network participants can confidently exchange data and value to unlock the potential of synchronized financial markets, right? So it's decentralized with control. That's what it says, right? Again, I didn't dive deep into the white papers or anything like that. I'm just telling you that's what the story was. I was going through because that's what all this is about, right? I'm just telling you, it's good to have like I said, the biggest thing that's going to be is that we're ahead and understand what AI is, capable of, and that we have a community of people together, right? That we all can trust and work with, right? And I can throw ideas, and you can throw ideas back, and we can all know that we're trying to work for the best of the whole community, right?
100%, yeah.
That's important. What's up, boys? Comfy.
What up, Comf?
Good to see you, man. Y'all must have not changed your clocks either, but it's all good.
Man, Ray, I honestly thought you were dialed into something else and that we're getting ready to do the show. Yeah, I was like, wait, I see Ray, but he's not really saying much.
Yeah, no, all good. Hey, wise guys, thank you, Night Owl. Appreciate it. Like I said, I'm pumped. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Whatever. Look, all I know is like you have to be nimble, and you got to be able to move in this space. And you can't. Sure. I'm not going to be, a little.
You got to pivot.
Right.
It's going to change a lot, so you got to be able to pivot.
Yeah,
a lot.
But thank you, Night Owl. Appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. Hey, non-AI question. Which YouTube channel is your actual home YouTube account? It's a Wise Guys, Web3 Wise Guys, but I think it's called the Web3 Social Network, right? Which, and again, I'm never changing the actual end of it. It's Be Social TV, right? Because then it would mess up all our videos, right? So obviously we started out Be Social TV, and now we're the Web3 Wise Guys. Yeah, but those are the two comfy. Yeah.
Ray, did you hear the Kalshi news that happened?
No.
Apparently, Kalshi was going to owe, I want to say it was $54 million for people that bet that the Ayatollah Khomeini was going to get killed.
Yeah.
And he got killed. And they said they're not paying out on that.
Oh.
And there's some clause because they're not going to bet on people's lives. So
Right.
that just something that came out with Kalshi. They basically refunded people their bet.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's crazy. Betting on death, but that's all right.
Yeah, it is a little nuts.
And yeah, Robin, I know, but we got, like I said, we got a few of them. Same thing, I do it on Twitch. But I mean, like I said, Be Social TV is the main one, right? Web3 Wise Guys, you'll see with the little purple, little wise guy facing the other way. That's just some, like I said, a channel for the Web3 Wise Guys. But Be Social TV is the one with 10,000 subscribers. Yeah. So thank you. But this is the other thing, kind of wrapping it up. Anthropic is now suing the Trump administration. Yeah. And it's all because of that supply chain risk designation. Yeah. And it is. They're probably going to win, I would say. Right. I'm just saying that, it wasn't more, I guess, supply chain risk, because once they designate that, right, then nothing in the government can use Anthropic. Yeah. And that's probably obviously what the deal is, right? Because it was something that they disagreed on about autonomous weapons and, again, mass surveillance, right? So again, just something take a look at. It's happening, and they did just file a lawsuit against the administration. And again, I'm for that, right? They should, right? The Constitution does not allow the government to wield its power, its enormous power, to punish a company for its protected speech. That's what their attorney said. No federal statute authorizes the action taken here. Anthropic turns to the judiciary as a last resort to vindicate its rights and halt the executive's unlawful campaign of retaliation. Yep, good, right? Like I said, I'm not a sycophant. They get a little bit over their skis, anyways, right? I'm not too happy. Like I said, we not supposed to be all at war either. Yeah. And then I'm gonna wrap it up because look, I'm just telling you, this is why the AI, this is great right here. This is something I could literally put into OpenClaw and confidently do. But they're also using Claude Cowork and code. Yeah. But I'm gonna mute myself. Look, this is HeyGen and Apex. I think you were looking at these talking head things too. This is it. HeyGen is that, right? This, you could just talk to Claude. Claude would go and do it and make it, and then you're done, right? The video's sitting there waiting over on HeyGen, or you could tell Claude to spin it up for you, right? So let me mute myself, take a look, and just watch. Look, this is how easy it is to set something up like this, everybody, right? So I'm gonna mute, and that's why I don't make these things, because other people do.
Hey everyone, I want to give you a quick demo how you can connect your HeyGen MCP to Claude so you can generate your video directly here. If you have paid account, if you click on this plus, add connector, and then custom connector here, and then on the plus button, you can click on add custom connector, and here you need to pick a name, which I say HeyGen, and then for remote MCP server URL, if you open HeyGen API doc, you will find HeyGen MCP under developer guide. You just need to open the doc and paste this URL. If I go here, I can click on add, and now my HeyGen got added here. I need to click on connect. I need to give authorization access. That's it. So now my HeyGen is connected to Claude. Says okay, and now let me just paste my prompt. So my prompt is pretty easy. Create a video using one of my HeyGen avatars with the following script. HeyGen MCP is now available through Claude. I can say also use HeyGen MCP for this video. Now it found it, generating a video using video agent. The video is processing. You have the video ID here. If you open your HeyGen account, you can see your video. You can also, after like 1 or 2 minutes, send this. Okay, the video is ready. Okay, let's watch the video.
HeyGen MCP is now available through Claude.
That was easy to set up, man. No?
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy.
I'm just saying.
The only
now,
thing I have questions with, Ray, is you're trusting, like, hey, connect your HeyGen with this. You're trusting that there's not something built in there that's going to screw you.
No, that's Claude, man. I mean, you know, if you were going to connect something like Amazon, I mean, I would put Claude up with you connecting your credit card to Amazon, right? I'm just saying. Now, Open Claude, that's open source. It's like locally on my thing.
Yeah.
That's a little different.
Right.
This is Claude, Anthropic, right? Pretty. They were just connected to the Pentagon, right? So connecting that to HeyGen, right? And what's to really the worst that it would happen is it creates a 1,000-minute video, right? And you might have to pay for that, right? Just saying that would be, but I don't have it. I would have any issue with that, right? Just saying. Connecting that to Claude, and then now Claude, you just tell it whenever you need to make a talking head video. Obviously, you could set it up with certain ones, and you could say, "Hey, use my likeness, right? Use the Ray, profile over there, and it would be me speaking, right?" And that's Like I can make when I'm over in HeyGen, I can upload my image, and you usually want to upload 12 to 20. I think this is HeyGen because I have another one called Jog AI. But you upload several images, profiles, face in it, right? Making goofy faces, and it knows you now. It's got a good likeness of you, right? And you can also upload your voice, right? Or use 11 Labs where it's using your voice. And yes, now it's just you speaking.
See, and then after that, Ray, it makes a freaking extortion video with your face and stuff, and then you're screwed.
That's right. Hey, Ray, send me an ETH, Bappy. Send me 1 ETH. That's right. That's right. Yeah. But it's true. That's true. But these are, like I said, these are pretty strong models. Now, when you get off into the weeds, right, and you have these guys that are spinning up little projects, right? Yeah, you could worry about something like that. But HeyGen, pretty substantial project. So is Claude, Anthropic. Yeah. So yeah, that's how this works, man. Don't be afraid. Like I said, we're not there yet, but it's getting there. And then look at I kind of pulled up that Canton. Right, and it's a year to date, so it's on the climb. Right, it was a year to date. And then let me look at Max. Right, it's not a bad chart. Yeah,
no, it's got a good support.
So we'll see. But that is if they're moving that kind of money. I did not know that myself as I was going through this. That's impressive. Yeah, and that would be a good one. And I'm not.
What's their symbol, right?
It's that C up here. The C.
No, but like like if you were putting in
CC.
Got it. Okay.
Yep. And it's number 20, right? And again, look, you can do all your, and I know everybody that's watching, you can do your own research, right? Here's the white paper, right? You can go through all this stuff, right? And then, like I said, or ask Claude, right? Summarize it for you.
Sure.
So, yeah, that's about it, man. And it's crazy, it's exciting, and but we're here together. We're here for it. It's going to be a fun ride. Yeah. But let me. You don't have anything before we head out, do you?
No, bro. I'll make sure I'm on by 5 from now, and I apologize about that.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I understand, man. I figured that. Like I said, the time change is crazy. I don't know why we still.
I don't like. That's not even a thing. Like they don't even really talk about it here. So if I didn't watch the news, which I didn't, I would never know.
That the time changed? Yeah, I know. I know. You got Arizona. Is it just the state, or is it like the whole
state? You know what? There are a couple little towns that are on the border of the state, like that I've heard of, like up north, that don't observe it.
In
But
Nevada?
for it's kind of close, yeah, kind of up close to there. But more the ones that I'm thinking of are on the east side of the state, like on the border of like New Mexico, up in the corner.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
What it is, that's crazy.
It's pouring rain right now, just like literally out of nowhere. Just started.
Hey, we got it too. I just had some thunder. Yeah.
That's cool.
But all good. But
All right, brother.
Thanks for hanging out, bro.
You gonna do a space tonight or no?
No.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
All right, brother.
All right, man.
We'll talk
Take it
soon.
easy. Have a good
All right. We'll see you guys.
Yep.
Spill on stranger cities, steam turn night to day. Now colder sparks of jeans, light a faster way. Digital dreams take shape, valley moves at the speed of thought. Robots learn our footsteps, building what we taught. Same old world, new codes in the street. Value move faster than words when we speak. They say, slow down, night, this ain't a phase. Whole new era loading, watch the screen change. Don't fight the rising current, learn the shape of the swell. Your roots are creative, pick a lane and just excel. Hold the line, enjoy the ride. It's that moment you can't rewind. Into the beginning, don't blink your eyes. Very divine time to be alive. Industrial sparks in the palm of your hand. Machines learn the rhythm, code learning, man. Don't call it a threat, not to call it a tool. Same fire they fear when the factories move. Mobbie go wild, let it swing, let it breathe. Volatility teaching patience to greed. If you're early, you chosen. If you're here, you now. Future tap my shoulders like you ready. How? Hold the line, enjoy